Hey guys, my name is Cassie, and I've been on my nutrition plan for about a year now, and I've been able to drop and keep off 27 pounds this entire time. So I wanted to share just a couple of tips that I've learned throughout my journey that I think could be useful for somebody else. So I wanted to specifically speak on being healthy on the go. Okay, so on the go is just any extended period of time that you are not in your like normal schedule, not at your house. So I think during the week, a lot of people have that down. You go to work, you eat at the same time, you have your meal preps, you have all that planned out. But then when it comes to the weekend, when we are on the go the most because we're catching up on errands, or we have children, or we're going on travel, that's where a lot of people lack. So I wanted to specifically speak on travel first. Okay, so traveling can pose as an issue sometimes if you don't plan ahead. Okay, so you've heard in the last video from last week that planning is going to be your best friend. So planning how long you're going to be going, how many people you need to feed, and if you're traveling by plane. Okay, so if you're traveling by plane, there are a couple of things that I have done in the past. I went to Dallas last year, and I learned that you can actually travel with all your products as long as you check them. Okay, so you can take your shakes. It just makes some room for them. You can take your aloe, take all of that as long as you check it. Now, I like to take my aloe with me because I add it to pretty much everything. So I put it in a smaller container and just carry it on as if it was like shampoo. You have to have the 3.4 ounces or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I wanted to talk about meal prep as well. So this is what I do for my meal prep when I am traveling on a plane. I get a container like this. This is just a regular lunchbox. It does have a hard container, but I take the container out and then I put about 3 of these size containers in there. Now I buy these with the intention that I'm gonna throw them away. So then when I get to my destination, I eat them, I throw them away, and then I collapse this into my suitcase. Okay, so that is those are just convenient ways. I also make sure to book a hotel that has either a full kitchen or at least a refrigerator and a microwave. You want to be able to, if you're going to go through the trouble of cooking all your food, packing it up, getting it through security, you better have a refrigerator. So call ahead, just make sure you have those things available. And a lot of times, some hotels will actually have a cooktop that you can request, and you could just bring it into your room and make extra food if you don't bring anything. Okay, but of course, plan ahead. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about these freezer packs. Okay, so these things are wonderful for keeping your food cold. However, when you go through security, they have to be solid. They cannot even have any little bit of liquid in them. Otherwise, they make you throw them away, and that just feels like a waste. I had to do that last year. So next year, I'm definitely planning something different. I'm gonna see if I can find some that aren't liquid. All right. I also wanted to talk about tablets. Okay, so tablets are something a lot of people usually leave at home because they don't want to take the individual tablets. So I highly recommend getting something like this and then labeling it because your tablets are going to be just as important to the success of your program as anything else on it. All right. The second thing I wanted to talk about is being on the go with kids. Okay, so this is where a lot of people are like, I don't really know. I've got my kids during the weekend, and we go to sporting events. And if you're a parent, you already know your weekends are super filled with birthday parties and whatnot. So this is what I do. First, I enroll my kids in what I'm doing. My kids are on a plan with me. They may not be, like super consistent with it. They can cheat every once in a while. They're also they're not trying to lose weight or anything like that. So I just make sure that they do it for the nutritional value. So the first thing is I enroll them. And then secondly, I make it fun for them. So I know it's super simple, but my kids are 5 and 7, and I buy these bento boxes. And this kind of makes it just fun for them. Like, they just got their little organization. I have no idea why a bento box is more fun than just a regular lunchbox, but trust me, it is. It's so much more fun. I also make sure that they get to pick out their food for the most part. I like to put these things, I put fruits and veggies, I put rotisserie chicken, I put a bunch of stuff in here so that all they do is, and I put it on like a lower shelf in my refrigerator so that they can grab it, they put it in their bento box, and then we're on the go. Okay, so those are some tips that I have for you as far as kids are concerned. Some of the other things that I found helpful is just being having the convenience of having something already prepared. So I like to get those little tuna packets that you just you tear open, and then those little guacamole packs. I add the tuna and the guacamole together and I mix it up and I just eat that. Now, if I'm on the go and I'm like driving, obviously I can't do that. So I like to try to drink something if I'm not if I'm not ready for a shake yet, but I do know that it's been 2 or 3 hours, but maybe I'm not hungry yet. I will put, this is beverage mix. So this is a protein drink and it's got 15 grams of protein per serving. And so I will already pre-make this. I'll shake it up. I'll take it with me for in those in-between times when I know that I need to put something in my body to keep my metabolism going. Okay, and then lastly, I love the bars. So Herbalife has amazing bars. This one is the Achieve bar. It's got 20 grams of protein. This fills me up. So I just buy a box of these. My kids eat them. I eat them. It just helps with the convenience. So that is all I have for you. I definitely think that it can be super easy if you plan ahead. So those are my tips for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Good luck, everybody.